Now, Jesus, why did he share with parables? They were a very strategic form of communication for Jesus, which he used for a very specific reason. And not just because he liked to be entertaining and he was a good storyteller, and stories are fun, they're easy on the ears, they make things easy to understand. Jesus did not tell the parables so that he would be understood by everyone, which is interesting. They're not explainer stories. Parables are much more than stories. I want you to write these 4 things down. It'll help kind of lay out where we're going with this series. Parables for Jesus, first, were seismic. Jesus used parables to shake people up to their core, to rattle them, to get their attention, to wake them up. Parables for Jesus were subversive. Secondly, Jesus used them to speak truth to power, to indict the leaders around him, especially the religious leaders who were running roughshod over the people and angering God in the process. Similar to how in the Old Testament, Nathan, the prophet, used a parable to confront David about his great sin with Bathsheba. The Old Testament is filled with parables and word pictures and images. And so, of course, Jesus, as Israel's greatest prophet, priest, and king, would use parables when he'd come on the scene. Parables for Jesus were also divisive. He used them to sift through his audience, to call those who were hungry for God and wanted to follow him, to call them out and draw them closer, but at the same time driving those who could care less about God further away in their unbelief. And fourthly, and most importantly, parables for Jesus were a kingdom proclamation through which he announced that a new kingdom had arrived and a new king was standing in their midst. So let's put all these ideas together in a sentence. Why study the parables this fall? I want you to get this. Because the parables have the power to wake me from spiritual slumber, to teach me the values of God's kingdom I'm to live by, to inspire me to put God's kingdom first above anything else, and to summon me to follow Jesus as King for the rest of my life. That's why we're studying the parables. You didn't see all that coming this morning.